Hello guys, Crispy here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing a GeForce RTX 4080 in Diablo 4. This one is the Founders Edition model of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers as usual, and I'm not overclocking it. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power-Up's GPU-Z. It has 16GB of GDDR6X memory, and resizable bar is also enabled. Over on the left, we're pairing it with the i5-13600K, overclocked to 5.6 GHz, and 32GB of DDR5 6000 MHz RAM in dual channel, and let's get right into it, shall we? Let's go over the settings first. I'm starting at 1080p resolution, and we're also going to test this at 1440p, 4K, 8K, and possibly higher with the help of the resolution scale in this game. It can go up to 200% over here. We're not utilizing DLSS or frame generation at the moment, but we will also test that out, and we're using the ultra settings in the game, which is basically maxed out settings. Okay, here we are in a little bit of a town getting 300 FPS. That is insane, and it's actually CPU bound at this point. Look at that GPU utilization. It's not completely maxed out, so yeah, the i5 at 5.6 GHz is actually the bottleneck right here, but with 380 FPS or 350 on average so far, it's not a problem, really. I'm really curious about frame generation, how many frames we could get with that enabled, because usually that removes CPU bottlenecks and it increases FPS like crazy, but I've seen that in this game it's not really the case, you know? Anyway, yeah, these are some insane FPS. Even if you have like a 360 Hz monitor at 1080p, you can run it with the RTX 4080 without an issue whatsoever. And it's actually utilizing 11 GB of VRAM at the moment at the 1080p resolution, so that's interesting. But the good thing is, even if you run something like an 8 GB RTX 3060 Ti, like I tested previously in the channel, 8 GB will be enough. All right, just for fun, let's enable that frame generation, guys. Oh, and we're capped at 400 FPS. Oh boy, yes it is. Okay. Well, not all of the time. As I told you, it doesn't really get rid of the CPU bottleneck in this game, which is very weird. Yeah, it's getting the same FPS with slightly lower GPU utilization. That is not at all what I expected coming from frame generation. What the hell? Okay, maybe at the higher resolutions it's gonna be a bit better. But yeah, I've seen the same behavior with the Ryzen 7 5800X 3D system and the RTX 4070 that I tested in this game already. It's not the best implementation of frame generation, I guess. Or maybe it's just not optimized yet. But yeah, somebody told me to go to Task Manager to see the actual VRAM utilization, and yes, it's using 12.7 gigs of dedicated memory and 13.1 right there, so it's very accurate, as you can see. I guess it's not memory allocation. Some people with 20 GB or 24 GB GPUs have also told me that they see like 20 gigs of usage. Doesn't max out, but they see really, really high utilization. Let's try it with like DLSS on quality and frame generation at the same time. Will it improve things even further? Yeah, maybe slightly, but yeah, GPU usage is still not maxed out. So let's move on to 1440p. I don't imagine a lot of people are playing games at 1080p with an RTX 4080. So 1440p and above is definitely more adequate for something like this GPU. Okay, 2560 by 1440 is now the resolution. I disabled DLSS and frame generation, so it's native res at ultra settings now. And alright, we're finally GPU bound, I guess. This is not the limits of the i5-13600K overclocked, as we know already, because that was good for like 330, 350 FPS. So we're fully GPU bound, even though GPU is not really completely 99% utilized, you know? Anyways, guys, let's get out of the city, try to complete our quest, travel to Yelezna, yes, and kill some zombies while we're at it. Monsters while we're at it. It's the habit. It's the habit. Let's go. Let's continue. Did the FPS drop there? Oh, hello, little fox. How's it going? Isn't it cool to go into the water right now? Oh, see the zombies that I was talking about? I was right. I was right after. Oh, this is a friendly guy. Okay. Okay. I actually thought he wasn't. What is this? What is this? Whoa. I have not seen these ones before. That one has 6 arms. 6 arms. What? Alright. That is very interesting. That is very interesting. Give him hell, lady! Let's go! We got this, Crispa. Right? Just, yeah, run around in circles. They won't really hit me too much if I do this. There we go. There's a little health over there. Nice. Everything is so buttery smooth, by the way. You do not need to use DLSS with the RTX 4080, that's for sure. It's kind of reminding me of Mighty Doom. I've been playing it on my phone. Yeah, it's a fun game. It's like Doom on your phone in 2D. Finally, 1 second left, and we made it. Are we all right? No? More of them? Seriously? Defeat 5 waves. I still need to defeat 1 more wave, okay. Ooh, what the hell is that? Interesting effects. Let's go. We can definitely do this. Right? He's very weak. We are very strong. There we go, finally. That's a lot of XP. Ooh, nice. Alright, hello, little fox again. Oh my, there are too many of them. Okay, okay, this is bad. This is very bad now. What is this over here? There's something in the map. No, it's that thing. Can I do something to it? No? Okay. All right. We're gonna die. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. And I don't have mana. There we go. All right. Jesus, no. Okay. Maybe we're gonna find like a settlement or something, and they will stop coming after us. Also, I would like. Whoa! Oh! I ran out of mouse battery. Come on. Why was it getting 4 FPS? What the hell? Maybe because I removed the USB mouse? I don't know. Gosh, now we lost durability on our equipment, but hey, we're back into it, my friends. Oh yes, we are. Let's go ahead and try it with some frame generation, see how many FPS we can get more. Pretty much the same thing now with the CPU bottleneck. That's so weird and so counterproductive. Like, DLSS frame generation introduces AI render frames to render additional frames. It just renders everything normally and adds some AI generated frames on top of them. There should be no reason why we get CPU bound with frame generation enabled. It's pretty weird. And the FPS, well, it's pretty much the same thing, and it looks a little bit worse now. So yeah, this with the DLSS quality, by the way, and frame generation at the same time. So there's basically no need. We get like 300 FPS, you know, like DLSS or frame generation will just make the game look slightly worse. So why use them, right? Okay, now we're at 3840 by 2160 with no DLSS or frame generation using the Ultra settings. And still getting well above like 100 FPS. That's very good, of course. I mean, for a game like this, I would expect this kinds of frames actually a little bit higher, honestly. I thought it was gonna run a bit faster. Yeah, that's the stuff of nightmares right there. The only thing left is like a G100 on top of his head instead of a spider. Okay, we got some loot. He exploded into a million spiders as well. Come on. Can I kill this one with the fire? Yes. Nice. So 130 FPS right here. It's not good enough to max out like a 144 Hertz 4K monitor or 240 Hertz, you know? But, you know, I think this game is still playable even at 30 FPS. Although at 30 FPS, things start looking a bit worse. Quite a bit, actually. Oh, nice. It's daytime now. And apparently during the day, things are a little bit more intensive, getting 120s. The VRAM is like really up there right now at 4K, but the textures are actually really good, some of them. These aren't really that impressive, but there are some textures that are super detailed. Like with the 4060 Ti, the 3060 Ti actually, I saw a carpet inside of a house that was like photorealistic, basically. I don't think it should utilize 15 gigabytes of VRAM, but there's no problem anyways. With the 4070, it was running out of VRAM at 4K, and the 3060 Ti as well. Even at 1080p, it was running out of VRAM, and the game was still buttery smooth and very playable, didn't really stutter too much. Although I have seen somebody saying that, oh my, they were seeing lots of stuttering after playing for a bit longer periods of time with a 12GB RTX 4070. So this is ELSN. We need to go inside of here. Oh, once again, getting into houses and stuff, more cozy places, drops our FPS. But yeah, as you can see, well, things will probably drop sometimes into the lower 100s, higher 90s, but it's not a problem. It's really, really good. Let's enable some quality DLSS. This is also a very nice way to play this game with this card at 4K. DLSS looks great here at this resolution. You can tell it's a little bit over-sharpened, but I don't see a major problem with that. I'm also using a 42-inch 4K monitor, so I can actually tell all of the little imperfections, which I find great, of course. I can tell you if there are any issues with DLSS and stuff like that because of it. But yeah, well, this is so minor, the over-sharpening stuff over here with DLSS, that it looks great. I can tell you that on a smaller monitor, you're probably not going to even notice that DLSS is enabled. Also, with DLSS, the VRAM usage went down slightly, as you can see.
Strangers in the camp.
Huh? More strangers? You consider me a stranger, boy? I am not a stranger, boy. Okay, let's... can we go, please, buddy? Can you be faster with that? Oh, boy. Okay, nice. Let's continue our journey. Search the dead corpse. Nothing is there. Okay. What now? What are you doing? He's not doing anything. He's not touching anything. Like... No, you're touching the air, my friend. This is the thing that you should touch, okay? Over here. I just won 550 gold for some reason. Oh, hello there. What the hell? The guys just don't do anything. All right, let's go. Venture into the hell, I guess. Oh my gosh. There are some lots of skeleton bodies over here. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, tainted blood magus. No, I don't like you. I don't like you, sir. Let's go. Oh my, so many. Gosh. We're fine, though. Open that door, girl. I'm just gonna grab this, thank you. Where's the door? There it is, there it is. We can continue. Moving along, let's go, guys. 200 FPS. Seems to be less intensive in here. Oh my. What the hell is happening? Oh yeah, let's heal ourselves, actually. I'm gonna try to use the frame generation stuff right now, okay? Let's enable that. See that GPU utilization? Still close to maxed out. Oh my, but it is actually stuttering a little bit, and it's getting less FPS with frame generation. Could it be because of the VRAM being maxed out or something? That is weird. Like 189, 190. I disable DLSS frame generation, and we get 213. That's a considerable difference, like 10%. What? If I disable DLSS completely, we get 145, 46. And if I enable frame generation without DLSS, we get 166. So it gets higher FPS without DLSS enabled than native resolution, but it gets less FPS with DLSS enabled. That is so freaking weird. I have never seen something like this. 190, again, this is very accurate, actually. Doesn't move too much. And with DLSS only, well, I guess if you're playing at 4K, don't use frame generation. Just use DLSS quality. It looks great, and it will perform the best here with the RTX 4080. Maybe I should have changed the resolution, you know? I really want to do 8K next, because this might actually be doable. 7680 by 4320, which is 8K resolution. Native res at the moment, still using the maximum settings, and we're getting 30s. Oh, damn. Okay, again, the game is playable with 30 FPS, starting to stutter a little bit. It's heavily running out of VRAM at this point. You can see 25 gigs of RAM usage. Yeah, at this point, it's either DLSS or nothing, right? You could also lower the settings a little bit, but the textures start looking really bad if you lower them, so I prefer to keep things on ultra. If you're playing at 8K, well, you probably aren't, but if you are, it's because you care a lot about visuals, and you're not gonna get good visuals if you lower the settings to like medium or low even. Still playable though. As I told you, the mouse still runs at 60 hertz or whatever your refresh rate is, so there's no problem with that. So that is 8K on ultra, native res. I guess a 4090 would probably be able to do 30 plus at all times, but this is not really a very intensive area, as you saw already. That's a nice ring. Now I am the Lord of the Rings. Finally, I can play some nice ring games. Jesus. Right, around 30 FPS is what we get. DLSS will save the day here, though. I'm gonna set it to performance, which looks very good at 8K res. And, oh, now we're getting 80. Jesus, that is a very good improvement. Oh, wow. Okay, so now the game looks a little bit better than at 4K, honestly. Like, it's a little bit less shimmery, a little bit less over-sharpened than 4K. It actually looks really good. The DLSS performance here at this resolution is insane. And that RAM utilization went down, as well as the VRAM usage. It's not completely pegged at 16 gigabytes anymore. This looks very interesting, this area, guys. And it's super playable at 8K. Well, it's not real 8K anymore because we're using DLSS on performance, but still, it's close enough and it looks better, as I told you. Alright, and there are tons of them right here. FPS are dropping a lot now that we're outside. Of course, you saw that it was way less intensive down there. You know what? We should probably teleport to a nearby town. That's what I'm gonna do. Right, we're getting 70 FPS, around 69. That's perfect, basically. 69 average there for a second. Awesome stuff. Seeing the FPS around here, it's even less intensive than the mines area. So there we go. Let's enable frame generation. See that RAM going up because this uses a lot more VRAM, of course, and it will spill again. And let's see how many frames we can get. Oh boy, look at that. 21 gigs. Come on. There we go. 25 gigs right now with frame generation, and it is performing slower once again than native 8K. Or not native, but performance DLSS 8K. So that's just weird behavior coming from frame generation, actually. Could be because of VRAM being maxed out, by the way. So there's that. Thanks very much for watching this video. That's been it. I'm gonna leave it right there and be back very soon. Actually, tomorrow is gonna be the Sunday video, so stay tuned in for that. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.